Prime vanilla ice, that. Featuring myself.
Ice in the veins as well.
No, look, honestly, my mouth's really dry. What a moment, what a moment to score. So many people told me that I'd score today. It's weird, like staff members and players had a funny feeling, and I was getting myself into good positions, but to finish that one off and get the 3 points, I think you can see the relief. I'm still recovering now.
It was every bit an Arsenal-Manchester United game in terms of drama, big VAR decisions and everything. I think most people would feel that Arsenal deserved to win it. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we was knocking at the door constantly. I think we had the more of the chances. Their chances were coming more from counter-attacks, that we was giving away sloppy balls. But in the end, I think we thoroughly deserved it. It would have been horrible to have conceded the Garnacho one. So luckily enough, he was offside. But yeah, fine margins in football, and these games you need to be winning them. If you want to be competing at the top, this is what you got to keep doing. You got to keep probing, knocking at the door, keep going, and yeah, it's just such a special day.
I think it was the 12th corner that, from which you scored.
That's the thing. You got to keep going. You got to keep believing in what you're working on. Keep to the strategies, what the coaches are wanting us to do. And I think in the end, to bring the ball down and get a shot off like that and score. To be honest with you, it all happens in a split second. I'm honestly feel like my head's so clouded with things. It's going to take a moment to digest. But on the 12th corner to score, it was coming for sure.
Have a look tonight. I think you'll enjoy it.
He'll be on. He'll be on tonight. Don't worry about that.
Thank you very
much. Top man.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Well played. Cheers.
And it's taken away from you for some lines on and I still don't know if that offside, but
we should examine everything. Don't worry.
Looking forward to it.
What another Premier League weekend we have witnessed for this season. Goodness me. We've played 39 games, incidentally. We are yet to see 1-0-0. No 0-0s yet in this season. And long may that continue. It all began, of course, with West Ham's win at the very first Premier League game at Kenilworth Road on Friday night. Then those 2-2 draws between Sheffield United and Everton, Brentford and Bournemouth. 5-star show from Spurs. Defeat for Chelsea at home to Forest. 5 for City as well. And Newcastle's third consecutive defeat away at Brighton. Earlier today, Palace beat Wolves by 3-2. Liverpool beat Villa by 3-0. And 3 goals for Arsenal and 3 points, having gone 1-0 down at home to Manchester United. So, of course, there is an international break now, 4 games into the season. Nice little screenshot for City fans, the only side with a 100% record. But Spurs, Liverpool, West Ham and now Arsenal have all started unbeaten with 10 points from 12. Burnley and Luton, the newly promoted teams, have only played 3 yet to register a point. Everton, Sheffield United and Bournemouth yet to register a victory. At Manchester United in the bottom half on 6 points.
Martin, I know you're usually pretty good at being calm and measured, but the emotions right now must be absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, I love it. I love to win like this. I love these games. I love to play at home. The fans, the atmosphere is unbelievable. So very, very happy and proud of the team as well, to come back in the game and to win, massive game for us. So yeah, very, very happy.
The roof absolutely came off at the end, and I saw you go over to the supporters after full time. What is it like sharing that moment with like a big group like that?
No, it's the best feeling in the world, honestly. This is what we play for, this feeling, to celebrate with our fans, to give them something back, everything they do for us, how they supported us in each moment, when we go 1-0 down, they keep cheering. And they give us so much energy. So, yeah, it's amazing to give them these 3 points back.
And actually, the last couple of minutes plus stoppage time felt like a match in itself, didn't it? You lost it and then you won it.
Yeah, no, it was mad. Don't know what happened, but we played 12 minutes. But yeah, Gabi did so good there in the end and I got the third goal. So, yeah, it was good.
And you scored a great goal, but I bet it feels about 100 years ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a long one. I think all the games are like this now, with the added times, and you have to be prepared to play 100 and 105 and 110 minutes, so we have to dig deep every game, but I thought we did brilliant today, and I think we deserved the win as well.
And I heard no real time to enjoy. You got to get straight on the plane for international duty.
Yeah, Norway, straight to Norway now, so yeah, it was going to be good to see the boys there again and keep going there as well, so yeah, excited.
Well done, incredible day.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, his equaliser in the first half. It was some second half and very eventful ending. Before we see Declan Rice's big moment, well, I was going to say, can we clear up? Is it possible to clear up whether it was a corner to Arsenal?
I think if we're going to be really nitpicking about it, that you look at it, and obviously Martin's going to appeal for it, but I'm trying to see if you can see the trajectory of the ball, and if he's hit somebody, it would start spinning. And I can't see from there whether it can, but whether we can see it from there. But he's instantly. See, the ball looks like it's just moving, and you can't see no spin. And what would happen is that spin would, if it hits something, it just naturally puts top spin on it. And that's why we was thinking, well, you know, you're naturally going to appeal because you want to get a corner. So
what are you saying? Was it a corner or not?
It didn't seem like, I can't clear up whether it's a corner or not.
Simple yes or no.
Well, I can't see if it's a corner or not. I'm just trying to explain, Peter, why I don't think it is. There's no spin on the ball. So
was it a corner? Yes or no?
Yeah, probably yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to hear that. So I'm going to tell you what. We can't clear it up. How can you clear it up? You know, but they've given it, and it's the difference, isn't it? That's the margins.
Difficult, right? Margin. They are so tight. The offside, is it offside? Is it non-offside?
What do you think about the corner?
My point is, you know, it's the little things that has this great influence on how the game turns. I personally don't think it's a corner, because I think you can, if it hits something, you can see it on the spin of the ball. You can see how it spins. If it hits Eriksen's leg, it's definitely going to have an impact on how the ball's flying and the spin on it in the air. Michael? And it just looks like he gets under the ball here and, you know, just skies. But of course, he's claiming it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good play.
We've got no way, from these pictures, we've got no way of being sure, have we? That's the bottom line. So Odegaard did claim as soon as he hit it, but as the lad said, everyone claims, you know, when the ball goes, it's either a goal kick or a corner. So you say, go on a ball, you know, and that's just a natural reaction. On those pictures, it's very, very difficult to say. But the only little hint is the ball.
Yeah.
And when you see the ball, it doesn't look like a deflected shot from the ball, but that's not conclusive evidence.
So this question is, Johnny Evans, was he fouled before Declan Rice scored?
My instinctive reaction was, yes, he's definitely fouled. I would say, obviously, Wright, he was flying everywhere in the studio. I said, calm down. You know, it's going to be, it's cancelled out because it's a foul. When we see it again, it's actually a foul the other way. Johnny Evans is actually so you see that? It's the other way. I think it's really, really bad defending. How can you let Declan Rice, first of all, be free there, and then give him that much time when you're 6 minutes into added on time, and there are enough players there, Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, Johnny Evans is on the ground, but there's enough players there to go out and challenge. And then at the end of the day, I know it gets a deflection, but if I'm Onana, I would be a little bit annoyed with myself for not having said, yeah, because it's not that difficult. You know, it gets a deflection, he's still getting to it. You know, it's not like he doesn't have to change direction massively. You know, he's still there. It's just, you know, the way they're little things, you know.
Well,
but have
it was the second half of fine margins, wasn't it? So
yeah,
that was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Johnny Evans was trying to block Gabriel, so I didn't think it was a foul at all, despite, you know, claims. So I thought that was fine, and yeah, I agree. You know, you'd have to look at the goalkeeper there. Does take a deflection. Johnny Evans actually pulls Gabriel out the way in the end. He blocks him there. He tries to block him, and then Declan Rice has swept around the back. Does really well to keep it down when a bouncing ball like that. You've got to concentrate. And then it just takes that little deflection off Johnny Evans.
And then here into the crowd of players, that's what I see what you're saying there, in respect, because, you know, with some deflection, it deflects and it goes way over that side. Obviously, you ain't got no chance, but with that one, again, you know, ain't it though, Pete, he's expecting a different kind of shot though, isn't it? Because he's gone down and then it's deflected and then I don't know how you move your arm.
So the way I phrased it was, I said that Onana probably would be a little bit unhappy with himself. So it's not like a clear, massive goalkeeping mistake in that respect, because it does get a deflection. It does have an impact on how you dive and where your balance is. You know, sometimes you're so much out of balance that even a hand turn off. But if that was me, I would probably be a little bit annoyed with myself and think,
Okay, that's the Manchester United goalkeeper we're talking about. Let's speak live to the Arsenal one, Aaron Ramsdale, after that incredible game. Good to see you, Aaron. Well done. That was incredible to watch. What was it like to play in?
Yeah, it was a top game. Two teams who were very well coached, and it was very tactical. Not many chances because of the way both teams are set up. But yeah, a great ending for us. We're ruthless when we needed to be at the end, and crazy day, but we come out with 3 points, so we're very pleased.
Crazy last 10 minutes, because for a split second you thought you were 2-1 down.
Yeah, we probably got sucked into the emotion of the game, going for the goal, and that can bite you sometimes. And the penalty goes against us, which is probably the right decision. And then there was a goal, and it was almost a sucker punch, and then you get lifted. So to go on then after to score 2 goals, it's a great feeling for us and us and the team in the dressing room.
Aaron, just with the obviously with the Fulham game, coming off the Fulham game and not winning that, is there anything? Is anyone saying anything about how important it is for us to win the home games at the moment? And do you feel pressure with that? Because I'm feeling like the last 15, 20 minutes of games, when the game's tight, Aaron, I feel like there's an anxiety there.
I think there's a pressure to win games of football when you play for Arsenal. I don't think that's going for the league or not. I think as a young team we can get a little bit emotional with it, and when the fans are screaming us to score as they're willing us on to do, I think sometimes we get sucked into that, and we have to be a little bit calmer, especially us at the back, to control it. But I think it's time on the pitch with this team. There's a few new faces. Zinchenko, Kai Havertz and Martinelli, it's the first time they played together. So I think the longer we go on, the relationships will develop. And I think you'll see it start to click a lot more.
And Aaron, how important is it to go into an international break now? You get a little break on the back of a win. It can be a long old international break if you don't pick up the 3 points. Yeah,
exactly. I think it's huge. Because we're not going to debrief this game until probably 10 days' time. So going into it on a loss, you're sitting, you're dwelling on it, and then you've got to pick yourself up to compete for your country. So at times, there are going to be things which we need to improve on. But with the win, we're able to, go into it with a smile and be able to enjoy the international break and compete with a new set of players and a new team.
Really well done, Aaron. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
1-1 at the break at the Emirates Stadium between Arsenal and Manchester United. They're always eventful. Sprung into life with those 2 goals. What have you made of it?
Yeah. I thought Arsenal were the better side in the first half. And Manchester United struggled to play through the pitch. I think they ended up going long on a couple of occasions. It's not really what Erik ten Hag wants to do. He wants to play out from the back. And we've seen them counter-attacking to devastating effect over the years. And that's what they did when Kai Havertz made the mistake of a square pass. And that was their main sort of part that they played in that first half, Manchester United. It was a brilliant counter-attack, finished perfectly by Rashford. But in general, it's been Arsenal that have had control of the game.
They have, and that's why you had the frustration in which the way Arsenal went behind.
Yeah, because it's a mistake. And like I said at the start, Man United, you can't underestimate them simply because of the calibre and quality of player they got. So this is how Man United are playing. This is what they want. They want a counter-attack. It's a poor pass from Kai Havertz across the pitch. And once you get into this situation, Rashford wants to come in on the right foot. Somebody maybe should make that adjustment, but they don't make. And it's a brilliant goal. It's a great goal, and exactly how you're believing that Manchester United are going to score a goal. Through a mistake from Arsenal, because up to this point they're in total control. And then the quality comes through now. Eriksen's great pass, Rashford's ability to come in on his right foot, and even though he got a hand to it, it's a fantastic finish. So that's what you have to be careful of. No matter how much possession you've got, no matter how dominant you're being, Man United can do that to you, no matter how poorly they're playing.
And you're sick of the sight of him. That's 6 goals against Arsenal now, his second favourite opponent. Yeah. Straight away, Michael, we noticed this. Mikel Arteta called his captain over as soon as the goal went in.
Yeah, and whatever he said worked, because obviously he was the man that got on the end of it. A matter of seconds later, Steve, the kickoff was taken and Arsenal got back into the game straight away, which they needed to do.
And could Manchester United have done any better here?
Yeah, I think, I had a coach who always said to me, to the team, that you're most vulnerable right after you've scored. You've got to focus, concentrate. I think Martinez shouldn't be running towards what he's doing. He should be running to what the error is. Eriksen should be running back and cover for him. But he runs the other way, Martinez, takes himself out of the game. And I think Dalot as well, looking for a little bit scared of Saka. But I in defending, a lot of the times it's about putting out fires. So you put one fire out and don't think about the next one until you have to put that out. And I just think that, the players, they weren't focused, they weren't concentrating enough. They were happy they were 1-0 up. And when you're up against that level of quality, the touch on the left-hand side, the cross in, and of course the ball ending at the feet of Odegaard, who was a fantastic player, well, then you're going to be penalised. It's great quality from Arsenal's point of view, and it's interesting that we both analysed the goals scored from the opposite viewpoint to where the mistakes are. But both goals actually ooze of quality. The pass, the finishing, it's really good stuff.
At 0-0, Kai Havertz, what happened?
Something, you just want these kind of things to happen for him. He's obviously, with this, Steve, he's taking his eye off the ball. I'm thinking this is what he needs. You know what I mean? He needs to settle himself down. There's a lot of talk about him, but for me, it's a great touch, Pete. Mike, it's a great touch.
Fantastic, sets him up really well.
He's kind of just he's just slashed his foot at it instead of just watching it. Keep your foot on it. From where you are, anything on target, you probably score. And I think at the moment, that's how it's going for him. It came off from Anthony Martial's hand to get to him, so I can't complain about that. But at the same time, it's the kind of chance that you hope he takes so as he can start to get himself going at Arsenal.
You just don't see that, do you? Professional footballers simply missing the ball. If the ball's shooting across 100 mile an hour, then okay. But it was all calm, and there was a beautiful touch, and it was right in front of him, and he missed the ball. I mean, he missed the ball. You just don't see that. I think you said, didn't you? I haven't seen that
I haven't seen it for
years
a long
and years.
time. Yeah, I haven't seen it for a long time. And
how'd you miss the ball?
Again, Mike, it's one of those that you're hoping for a new signing, somebody that,